Good Thursday evening, YouTube. Sir Owen Disney back here once again for just another vlog of your choosing. Thank you once again for deciding to join me this evening. It is close to 10 o'clock right now, which means I'm very soon to be watching Impact. Now I'm going to wait until Impact is finished recording on my DVR before I actually go and watch the program. I don't like watching things in the middle or close to the end and then going back to the beginning. I like watching it from the very beginning. So after this video is over, I'm going to go and watch TNA Impact. And tomorrow, after I get back from our two movies, I will shoot a video and tell you all about it. Now, I've stayed completely away from spoilers, and given the fact that they're all over the internet, it's kinda hard. But to be totally honest, I do know two things that do happen. I don't know exactly which Impact shows they are. It might be this show, it might be next show, it might be the show after. I'm not exactly sure what the order is. But we'll talk TNA tomorrow. There are a couple more one-night-only pay-per-views that are going to be for the rest of the year that are being taped at Universal. So it should be the last time that TNA will be regularly taped at Universal, because TNA is now out of the Impact Zone, which should make Will really happy, because now he does not have to go to TNA Impact with me this December. One way or another, I will get him to watch TNA somehow, some way. But anyway, when it comes down to it, honestly, it was really nice. Had a really good time the 5 times I got to see Impact live. And I'm very happy with what I got to see, too. Some really great matches, some great performances, some great in-ring action, some great promos, some great storylines. Very much enjoyed myself TNA Impact. And it was really awesome being able to do Impact and Raw in the same calendar year. And I was going to do it this year, but obviously that's not going to happen. But 2012 I got to do that, and it was pretty cool. And I was ringside for both, so it wasn't bad at all. Now, Impact, I was front row and third row for Raw. Third row for Raw. But anyway, do want to talk about some things right now. First off, thank you real quick for all of the views from the latest video. We just decided to go to Twin Design so my mom could get her haircut for Locks of Love. And it's doing so well. It's like there's like 150 views and just rising like secondly. So thank you guys for watching that video. And if you did find my YouTube channel based upon that video, stick around, enjoy yourself. Listen to my opinions on television, movies, music, wrestling, Disney, and everything in between. Just if I want to rant about something, I want to talk about what's on my mind. Like tonight. So hopefully you guys that did end up watching the rest of these videos, or at least this new video, welcome, and won't you stay a while? Now, another thing I'm doing right now is I broke out the digital camera, and I found my memory cards. One that was already in my camera, and the other one I found, well, I thought was totally gone. I thought it fell out in one of the parks, because it was kind of hanging in the back of my case. And it's kind of a mesh pouch, and it fell out before, but I found it, but I thought it might have fell out again. Well, it didn't, so I found a lot of my pictures from September. Wow, I need to stop talking so fast. A lot of pictures from September, a lot of pictures from December, including a lot of reunion pictures, and they'll be very soon posted to Pinterest. So, what I do, basically, is I use MySpace. Yeah, I know. It's like a foreign technology now, kind of like DVDs are getting to become. But I use MySpace, and I put the pictures on there in a folder, and then I go to Pinterest, and I pin them from MySpace and put them in a Pinterest folder. So that's how I do my pictures. And I've got a lot of pictures to upload, like 2,000. So I'll be doing that sometime in this coming weekend, because I got nothing else to do. So we'll talk about that later. And also, when I found the digital camera, I found 3 videos from the Disney Fantasy that I shot with my digital camera. And one of them was in Grand Cayman, and one of them was the first day on the ship, and one of them was me trying and failing rather miserably to do the entire Muppets Detective Agency in one video. Now, I think if my camera wouldn't have died right there, I probably would have just stopped from where I was, where I got knocked off, and then started again, and would have had like 3-4 part video to do the Muppets Detective Agency, which is what I wanted to do anyway. And when I get back on the Dream or the Fantasy, I'll do just that. So If you guys want to see the Muppets Detective Agency, this is a start. I mean, I got to a couple of paintings, but it's so much better than that and so much more to do. And you don't have to go to every single painting. You don't have to go through every single deck to find every single painting. But it helps to be able to get the right clues and the right suspects eliminated to figure out who the culprit was. But we've got that taken care of. I'm uploading more videos now. I got 3 new ones. So with tonight's video, it's going to put it at 120. And a lot of views on my Mom's Locks of Love video. So that's cool. Talked to my dad and my stepmom today. Actually, I talked to my stepmom today because my dad really doesn't talk on the phone very often. But usually on holidays, maybe birthdays, normally the only time I get to talk to my dad in person. And we were discussing what's going to happen next December. Not next December, next September. And it's going to be really interesting because I'm going to be taking them with me next September. And they're going to be joining me a couple days into my trip. I mean, I'm going down on the 19th as of right now. And the tentative dates are the 29th or the 28th. It just kind of depends on how airfare works, how my stepmom's leave from work works out. So that's probably what that's going to be. But we'll talk about that much more. Obviously, you got to go through September this year. We'll talk about how September is going to be affected, how I'm going to do the 8 parks in one day. And December, when Will's going to join me and staying in 7 different hotels. It's going to be awesome. But if you decided to watch this video, you don't want to hear about wrestling, you don't want to hear about Disney, you want to hear about what I believe will be the results of this coming Sunday's BAFTA Awards. Yes, BAFTA, as I now learned today officially, and I was close with what I thought it was, BAFTA does stand for the British Academy of Film and Television Arts. I was kind of close. I had British and television in there. But, and I think the word and was in there, and of was in there, but I didn't have the right answer. But I do now, so I know what BAFTA stands for, so that's awesome. Now, we're going to go to the BAFTA nominations. We are at BAFTA.org, because it's an organization, so it gets an org instead of a .com. But oh, by the way, I really want a .com. That'd be really awesome to have Suro and Disney.com. But maybe someday. Maybe if I ever hit the lottery. Might happen. But can't win if you don't play. So I might have to start doing that. But anyway, we're going to start with... This is definitely not the order that's going to be that night, obviously. And I don't know how it's going to work out. Now, I know Sunday's also the Grammys, but I have no stake whatsoever in the Grammys, even though I've been watching all of Todd in the Shadow's videos. And guys, you want to check him out on Twitter at Shadow Todd, or if you want to go to That Guy with the Glasses and check him out on there. And also, while you're there, check out Doug Walker's brand new Nostalgia Critic video. It was just posted the other day. It was about the odd life of Timothy Green. Absolutely hilarious. So, Doug Walker back in prime form, and Todd in the Shadows still amazing. He just did a video recently with the Rap Critic, so that's the first one posted on the site. Devin and Matt go to high school. It was a video that was shot to promote a movie that Snoop Dogg and Wiz Khalifa did together to basically promote the song Young, Wild, and Free. So check that out. Go to That Guy with the Glasses. You'll waste a whole lot of time, but you'll learn a lot more that way too from the worlds of pop culture. Now, I'm at the BAFTA website here, and we're going to go in their order, which starts us out with Adapted Screenplay. Now, for Adapted Screenplay, we have Silver Linings Playbook, which didn't get into picture, sadly, Lincoln, Life of Pi, Beast of the Southern Wild, and Argo. We know how this works. If you watched any of the videos, you know I've got my win, I've got my upset, and I got my dark horse. And it may not be what you're thinking. Well, in this case, it probably is. My win, Chris Terrio's winning for Argo. And you know, honestly, at this point, the only person that could beat him is Tony Kushner. And Tony Kushner did the script for Lincoln. And we'll find out at the WGA next week exactly who's going to win the Oscar for sure. But BAFTA's definitely going to help put the pieces to the puzzle together. Terrio's my win without any question. I would say because Spielberg got snubbed for director at the BAFTAs, I say Life of Pi is my upset, and I think Lincoln is my dark horse, which sounds really weird thinking the fact that Lincoln got so many Oscar nominations, and the fact that BAFTAs really wanted to nominate it, and nominated it they did in almost every category, but I don't see it winning, and I think Chris Terrio is winning for Argo, and that's my prediction. We're going to talk about makeup and hair nominees are Lincoln, Les Miserables, The Hobbit, Hitchcock, and Anna Karenina. This is The Hobbit's award to win, and totally deserved. I wasn't a big fan of The Hobbit, even though it was my favorite Tolkien novel. And of course, I had the VHS copy that I ended up recording over part of when I went to network video back when I was a little kid. That's the reason I had to keep the video. We still have it to this day. But I remember liking it, so there's always that. And I obviously hated Anna Karenina, and I'm not going to give it very many nominations, very many wins here. I would have nominated it in a couple of categories. Some things you have to nominate it in. Makeup and hair, that's what you gotta look at here. You don't look at the fact it's just makeup, it's also hair. So I think right now we're gonna go with The Hobbit as my win. My my upset would probably be Lincoln, and my dark horse, as much as I hate to say it, would probably be Anna Karenina. I mean, Les Mis is the only option. I really want to see Hitchcock win, that'd be awesome. But not enough people took to it. That's the reason why Anthony Hopkins missed out on a nomination for his portrayal. Helen Mirren got in, and she even got in here at the BAFTAs as well. But makeup was something I would definitely give Hitchcock the win. I'd like to say Hitchcock is my dark horse. And you know what? Because it's my video and it's my YouTube channel, you know what? I'm going to go with The Hobbit's my win, and Lincoln is my upset, and my dark horse is Hitchcock. And Hitchcock is only the dark horse because no one thinks it has any chance to win anything. Animated film, we only have 3 this time around, and the perennial giant that is Wreck-It Ralph is not involved. Here at the BAFTAs, I guess the video game concept of the movie didn't really transfer very well to the UK, but that's the reason why I would say it's not nominated. But we've got Brave, Paranorman, and Frankenweenie. Obviously, I'm not the biggest fan of Tim Burton, as anyone knows me knows, so obviously I wasn't really very kind to Frankenweenie. I need to watch it again, and AJ mentioned that again. Once he rewatched it again, he said it was a lot better, and he liked it, and I just couldn't get into it. Obviously, everyone knows how much I've championed Paranorman from day one, and unlike AJ, I did like Brave. But as it is, a win for Brave or a win for Frankenweenie is a win for the company, and that's all that really matters. So when it comes down to it, Paranorman to win is going to have to defeat 2 Disney properties. Even though I would like to see that happen, I'm not sure it's going to. But I think if anything's going to win, it's going to be Paranorman for the BAFTA. So I say right now there's 3 nominations, there's 3 possibilities, and I'm going to go with it. I think Brave's your win. I think Paranorman is your upset. And I think Frankenweenie's your dark horse. It's kind of like on the outside looking in. It got in. And I'm very surprised they didn't nominate the Pirates in this case. The Pirates went to the Oscars and didn't go to the BAFTAs, which makes absolutely no sense to me whatsoever. But I think the Pirates, if it would have been nominated, it probably would have took this award handily. But I'm going to go with the fact with Brave because, I mean, UK, Brave, Scotland, and Paranorman is just kind of out there. Frankenweenie, very, very out there. So, like I said, Brave's my win, Paranorman's my upset, and Frankenweenie's the dark horse. So, cinematography. Cinematography is Skyfall, Lincoln, Life of Pi, Anna Karenina, and Les Miserables. Obviously, anybody that knows me knows I really wasn't a big fan of Skyfall. Yeah, I need to watch it again, I'm aware. Kind of slept through the first half of it. But I was kind of bored with it, so when Javier Bardem shows up, I got back into the movie, and I somewhat enjoyed myself for the rest of it. Bardem did a great job, by the way. If you haven't seen the film, and I'm pretty sure you have, because most everyone, especially anybody that watches this channel, most likely likes James Bond. So we're going to go with that right now. I think Roger Deakins is going to get the win for Skyfall. He's my win. But, you know, then I look at the fact that I've been championing Life of Pi for cinematography for the longest time. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to pull a politician move and I'm going to flip-flop. I say Life of Pi is my win. Skyfall is my upset. You know, the dark horse in cinematography, as much as I hate to say it, being a dark horse is the fact that it's not really getting anything, and that's Les Miserables. So, I'm going to go with Life of Pi, continuing to be my win. Skyfall is my upset, and my dark horse is Les Mis. Anna Karenina could still win, Lincoln could still win. It's pretty much up in the air in this category. Original screenplay. This is a really awesome category. We've got all the normalcy is completely eliminated here. You've got Zero Dark 30, The Master, Moonrise Kingdom, Django Unchained, and more. I hate him more in every single way possible. Michael Haneke doesn't deserve anything except for a swift kick out of Hollywood. So we're going to kayfabe him completely. I'm going to say right now, Django Unchained is winning this. I think they're giving it to Tarantino, and I see Tarantino winning the Oscar. Now, of course, I'm not going to make my official prediction until after the WGA, but, because I can cheat that way, but when it comes down to it, Django's going to win this. But then again, Amour could possibly upset. I'm going to go with right now the fact that Moonrise Kingdom didn't get way too much, didn't get anything really. When it comes down to it, Moonrise Kingdom should have been a lot more love than it was. It got nominated, but it really didn't win anywhere. I did like The Master a lot more than AJ did, but I mean, and it should be here, but it's not going to win either. And so many people are so iffy on Zero Dark 30 right now. But then again, it got into picture, like AJ said, the way he thinks that this actually might matter. So in this case, it's going to matter. I think Django is my win. I think Amour is my upset, and I think Zero Dark 30 is my, pun not intended, dark horse. So, costume design, yay! So, we have Snow White and the Huntsman, we have Lincoln, Les Mis, Great Expectations, and Anna Karenina. Great Expectations, you totally knock it out right away because it got nothing. No one really knows it outside of these categories. And it went nowhere else in any of the other award shows, so I think it's automatically out. I don't understand why Snow White's in there, because obviously I wouldn't nominate it for anything, but if you want to nominate it for something, costumes does kind of work. It could possibly be a contender. Right now, costumes, all day long. Your win is Anna Karenina. I don't like this movie at all, but when it comes down to it, costumes, art direction does make total sense to give it the win. And that's exactly what I'm going to do. Anna Karenina gets the win. I think my upset would probably be Les Mis. And my dark horse, I want to go for Lincoln, but a part of me is telling me to go for Snow White and the Huntsman. As much as I don't want it to, there's got to be a reason it got nominated for the Oscar. And I'm going to make a very bold prediction. No Glitz, No Glory, I believe is what it's called on the on IMDb, on the movie awards message boards. So, Anna Karenina is my win, Les Mis is my upset, and my dark horse is Snow White and the Huntsman. As much as I want to say Lincoln, I just can't this time. Alright, Outstanding British Film. The way AJ thinks on this baffles me. Because you've got Anna Karenina, you got The Best Exotic Marigold Hotel, you got Les Mis, you got Seven Psychopaths, and you have Skyfall. Now, obviously, if I was giving this award, Seven Psychopaths would be a lock for one of my three. But unfortunately in this, I can't give it any nominations because they didn't like Martin McDonagh to give him anything else. They didn't give him a screenplay, which could have worked really well for Seven Psychopaths, and they didn't obviously get him in the picture. So, as much as I hate to say it, Seven Psychopaths is out. And as much as I thought that it was going to be the British movie of the year, Best Exotic Marigold Hotel is probably out as well. So, British film, you know, I think it's going to happen too. My win is Skyfall. I think Skyfall wins. Les Mis could possibly win too. It did make it into picture. So, by AJ's way of thinking, Les Mis is your winner. So, I don't know exactly what to do here. I mean, there's a way to do it. I've got my three, but I have to figure out what order to put them in. And I have only a short amount of time to do just that. Now, because I see it's 10 o'clock now and it's almost time for Impact. But after this video, I'll upload it and we'll watch Impact. But, let's see. Alright, fine. Les Mis is my win. Skyfall is my upset. My dark horse. God, Anna Karenina. Why is it there? I like Joe Wright. I'll say that. I like Joe Wright. There you go. Documentary. Okay, we've got Marley. We have McCullen. You have The Imposter, Searching for Sugar Man, and West of Memphis. Now, obviously, everyone that knows me knows I love Searching for Sugar Man. It's literally one of the best documentaries I've ever seen in my life. And not knowing going into it that it was by the person who did Man on Wire, which is absolutely incredible, just would have made me know right away it was going to be phenomenal. And I didn't know that going in, and when I went and watched it, I totally enjoyed myself. Very well done. Now, obviously, everybody knows I'm really into the West Memphis 3, and I cannot wait for Devil's Knot later this year. So I like the Paradise Lost documentaries we ended up having to watch for the Oscars a couple years ago, and I went back and watched those, and they're great. And this one's West of Memphis. It's the 2.5-hour-long documentary, basically talking about Damien Eccles and his entire the entire situation. Pretty much everything that was covered in Paradise Lost, and it adds on to it and makes it a lot better. Now, I love West of Memphis, but I'm not exactly sure if the BAFTAs would go for it, but they did nominate it. Now, McCullen's is a bright spot here because if you think about it, it got nominated for something else, and it's the only thing on this list that got nominated for something else. That being said, I think it may have a shot here, but they really love The Imposter, and they should because The Imposter is awesome. This is a great category. I didn't watch Marley, but a documentary about Bob Marley, I can't be too down on that, so I'm going to go with The Train Continues. I think Searching for Sugar Man is my very deserved win. I say McCullen is your surprise upset, and I think your dark horse would be The Imposter. Actually, I'm going to flip that. I think your dark horse is McCullen because no one's... But it got nominated for 2 things, so obviously it's got to be something. The Imposter is my surprise, is my upset. So Searching for Sugar Man's my win, The Imposter is my upset, and McCullen is my dark horse. Alright. Film Outstanding Debut by British writer, director, or producer. We've got Tina Gaharavi for I Am Nazreen, James Bobin for The Muppets, Dexter Fletcher and Danny King for Wild Bill, David Morris and Jackie Morris for McCullen, and Bart Layton and Dimitri Doganis for The Imposter. Now, like I said, McCullen was nominated already, so it's got to be here. I think right now your win is The Imposter. I think The Imposter definitely going to win this. So Bart Layton and Dimitri Doganis are going to win. I think that McCullen may possibly be your upset. I think it's very possible with David and Jackie Morris getting that nomination for documentary already. They've already got one possible chance to get an Oscar a BAFTA, which is a British Oscar, out of their chance, so might as well. I think they're your surprise dark horse. I'm gonna go with the Muppets. You know, honestly, if this would not have been the British Awards, I think the Muppets would have won handily. But when it comes down to it, I think they still love the Muppets enough that they would possibly give them the award. So, like I said, The Imposter is my win, McCullen is my upset, and my dark horse is the Muppets. So James Bobin for the Muppets. Rising Star. And I'm going to quote AJ, and I'm going to go back to a little J.K. Simmons. Why is Olsen here? Elizabeth Olsen, Andrea Riseborough, Suraj Sharma, Juno Temple, and Alicia Vikander. These are our rising stars. Your winners pie all day long. Suraj Sharma is definitely going to win this. Your surprise upset in this case, as weird as it is to say, I'm going to go with Elizabeth Olsen. I don't really want her to win, and she sucks. But when it comes down to it, it's the British Awards, so I think it's possible. And I think your surprise upset, your dark horse in this case, is Juno Temple. Juno Temple was amazing in Killer Joe, so if you get a chance to watch it, really twisted movie, very entertaining. Production design, Anna Karenina, Life of Pi, Skyfall, Lincoln, and Les Miserables. Production design, I'm going to go with Lincoln as your win. I think Skyfall is your upset. And I think Life of Pi is your dark horse in this case, which is really strange. When I say these 3, I mean that any of these 3 could possibly win. But my prediction is with the first one. The second one is the person that could win, and the last one is the person that most likely won't win, but still could. So, if that makes any sense how my win, play, show works for this. So there's my win editing right here. God, this is a tough list here, guys. It really is. So, we've got Argo, Django, Life of Pi, Zero Dark 30, and Skyfall. Argo's your win. I think Life of Pi is your upset. And you know what? I'm going to go weird on this. I think Django Unchained is actually going to be your dark horse in this case. So, William Goldenberg to win, and Tim Squires to place, and Fred Raskin to show, if you want to go in that. If you want to go in horse racing vernacular, we can do it that way. Short animation, I don't know anything about this category, so I'm just going to guesstimate here based upon the name. I think I'm Fine Thanks from Eamon O'Neill wins. I think Making of Longbird is my upset, which is Will Anderson and Ansley Henderson. And my surprise dark horse would be Here to Fall, which is Chris Kelly, no relation to Crowley, and Evelyn McGrath. We've got short film category. The nominees: Good Night Swimmer, Tumult, The Vorman Problem, and The Curse. I think your win here would be Swimmer. I think your upset is Good Night. And I think your dark horse would be The Curse. I base this on absolutely nothing except for the name only. So there. I'm going to go with Picture last because it's Picture, so we're going to go with that. Film not in the English language. We have Amour, Headhunters, The Hunt, Rust and Bone, and Untouchable. Which, is that Untouchable as in The Untouchables? I guess we're just going to have to find out in a minute. I'm looking this up now, actually. The Untouchables, which is incredible, guys. If you haven't got to see it, it is the best foreign language film of the year, and I'm really excited about the fact they're actually going to bring it to the US. They're going to do an American remake of it. And that's going to be awesome, because the movie's amazing. So, let's make sure that's right, Oliver. Yeah. Wow, it's British Film Awards, so we'll go with that. It's Amour, The Headhunters, The Hunt, Rust and Bone, and The Untouchables. I want to go with my heart here, but you know, as I usually do when I go with my heart, I usually end up hitting snake eyes, so it's not going to work out in this case. My win is Amour. God, I hate that movie, but everyone seems to love it. Amour is my win. I think The Untouchables is my upset because I loved it so much, and it actually has won before. And I think my surprise dark horse in this case will be Headhunters, because if I remember correctly, Headhunters made it to the Oscars. I don't have my Oscars in front of me, but I believe Headhunters made it to the Oscars. I'm not positive on that, so I don't feel like looking it up. So I believe Headhunters made it to the Oscars. Let me check to make sure, because I am a completist after all, folks. You can just watch me here. Yeah. So, Headhunters made it to the Oscars. Make sure real quick. Headhunters made it to the Oscars. Nominated, big letters, nominated for a BAFTA. How appropriate. BAFTA, Oscar. No, Headhunters did not make it to the Oscars. I'm an idiot. That's alright, no harm done. But I've heard a lot about Headhunters, so it's possible. I think The Hunt, possibly, maybe. Rust and Bone, possibly. So in that case, my dark horse is going to be Rust and Bone, because Rust and Bone is the only thing that's actually gone somewhere in the rest of the award shows. So, Sound of Skyfall, Life of Pi, Les Mis, The Hobbit, and Django Unchained. I think if anything's going to win sound in this case, I'm going to go with Life of Pi. I think Life of Pi wins. I think Django is my upset, and my dark horse is Skyfall. So, excuse me. Alright, visual effects. This is going to be fun. The Dark Knight Rises, The Hobbit, The Life of Pi, Prometheus, and The Avengers. Which is known in the BAFTAs as Marvel Avengers Assemble. Very interesting. Visual effects is Life of Pi all day long. Life of Pi is my win. I think The Hobbit is my upset. And you know what? I think my dark horse, even though I really, really want to vote for either one of the superhero films that I love so much, I really think that Prometheus is my dark horse in this case. And why not? Prometheus, visually speaking, is breathtaking. Kind of like the baby when Elaine talks about it. That version of breathtaking? Not exactly. So, I mean, anyway. You gotta look at the baby. Anyway, really out there Seinfeld reference for you guys. Hopefully you enjoyed that. If not, then why are you not watching Seinfeld? It's probably on right now. But anyway, wait till the video's over, then watch Seinfeld. Or you can just put it on in the background. It's good background noise. It really is. Now, we're going to go with supporting actress. Supporting actress is Sally Field, Judi Dench, Helen Hunt, Amy Adams, and Anne Hathaway. If anybody is going to win the BAFTA away from Anne Hathaway this time, it's going to happen tonight. Or Sunday in that case. If anybody is going to win over Anne Hathaway, it's going to happen at the BAFTAs. And it's going to put someone as a challenger. I mean, they're not going to win, but a challenger. And you know, right now, I'm going to go with this. Anne Hathaway's my win all day long. I think my upset is going to be Helen Hunt for The Sessions, a brilliant role. And my dark horse is, where does it say this? Is Sally Field for Lincoln. I very much enjoyed her, but she really hasn't gone along with the train of Lincoln. Like, kind of how they didn't nominate Berenice Bejo for The Artist. I mean, they did nominate her, but she never won. I mean, Jean won, and the screenplay won, and Mikkel won, and it obviously won picture, but Berenice never really won anything. So I'm going to go with Sally Field being the one of Lincoln that's not going to win. It's kind of like how Bradley Cooper's not winning anything for Silver Linings Playbook, which really didn't do anything at the BAFTAs, but I'll get to that in a minute. Supporting actor, my God, anybody could win this. It's Jones for Lincoln. It's Philip Seymour Hoffman for The Master, Javier Bardem for Skyfall, Christoph Waltz for Django, and Alan Arkin for Argo. My God, I don't know what to go with this. Anybody could win this, literally. And I was saying Arkin's out, but with all this surge for Argo, he still possibly could win. And then it could propel him to the Oscar. And he could win for the second time since Little Miss Sunshine. But, I don't know. I don't know what to do. Javier Bardem, I mean, even if he wins, it's a possible he could win, because it's the BAFTAs after all. But when it comes down to it, it's not going to affect the Oscar race. I mean, Hoffman's out. I mean, I'm pretty sure he's done. But it's down to Waltz, Jones, and Arkin. I mean, that's how it's going to work. So, that's what I'm going to go with. But in this case, can't really do that because Bardem's in there as well. Because this is the BAFTAs after all. I am against my better judgment. Christoph Waltz is who I want to win, obviously. Because I want to see him take the Oscar. Because he earned it for Colonel Hans Landa in Inglourious Basterds. And he could definitely earn it for Dr. King Schultz in Django Unchained. So I'm going to go against the status quo. And I'm going to say Christoph Waltz is my win. I think Jones is my upset. Even though he could definitely win. So it's not really being upset. If you want to talk about dark horse, I want to say Alan Arkin for Argo, but it's the BAFTAs, and I keep saying that it's the BAFTAs in the back of my head. I keep running this through my head. And you know what? I think I'm going to go with my head this time and say Javier Bardem for Skyfall is my dark horse. So, so hard. So hard. God, I love this time of year. Anyway, Best Actress. We have Marion Cotillard for Rust and Bone. We have Helen Mirren for Hitchcock. We have Jessica Chastain for Zero Dark 30. Emmanuel Riva for Amour. And Jennifer Lawrence for Silver Linings Playbook. Now, this 5 pretty much reads the same way the Oscars does, except for the fact that Helen Mirren is in there instead of Naomi Watts for The Impossible, which apparently didn't do anything for the BAFTAs if it even has come out yet. Actually, let me know, because I don't know if The Impossible's been out yet over in the UK. But, so immediately we knocked Mirren out. I liked her in Hitchcock, but she didn't do enough. And Cotillard's out too, so we're down to the 3. We're down to who could possibly win and the person that could possibly upset. And it's not going to be who I want to say, but I've got to think with my head this time and not with my heart. And I'm going to do this right now. I say your win is Emmanuel Riva. I don't want to say this. I don't believe it, and it shouldn't happen. But I think it's going to, because it's the BAFTAs. And I keep saying it's the BAFTAs, but it's a whole different playing field this time that you'd have to deal with the Oscars, or the Critics' Choice Awards, or the Globes, or any of the other award shows. It's a totally different dynamic. Riva could still win, and I think Riva's your win. I think Chastain is your upset, and I think that Jennifer Lawrence is your dark horse. And it's weird to say that, because I think Lawrence is still going to take the Oscar, but when it comes down to it, with no love for Silver Linings Playbook at all when it comes to the BAFTAs, I think that means Lawrence is at a disadvantage. But then again, the disadvantage could give her the possible win. So it could go either way, but I think Riva's your win, Chastain's your upset, and your dark horse is Jennifer Lawrence. And it pains me to say that, because I think Lawrence should win, I think Chastain should be your upset, and I think your dark horse... Well, your dark horse should be Naomi Watts. She's not nominated, so your dark horse has to be Riva. So, we can go either way. We got 2 awards left, folks. I'm glad you stayed around with me, kiddies. About 33 minutes into this BAFTA Predictions video. So, we're gonna get... But it's the British Oscars, after all, so obviously I gotta put some time into it. It's not like I can just throw a 15-minute video together. It's like, I like this guy, this guy, this guy, this girl, this script, this director, and... That's all I can say about that. But no, that's not the outro. So, stay with me. We still got 2 awards left. Best Actor, we got Joaquin Phoenix for The Master, Hugh Jackman for Les Mis, we have Daniel Day-Lewis for Lincoln, Ben Affleck for Argo, and Bradley Cooper for Silver Linings Playbook. You knock Cooper out immediately because there's not enough love for Silver Linings Playbook, so obviously the BAFTAs really didn't think too much of it, but they still nominated Cooper, so they obviously must have liked it a little bit. And the fact they didn't get nominated for Picture just blows my mind, to be totally honest. Joaquin Phoenix is awesome in The Master, but he's kind of filler here, so we're going to go down the 3 possible wins. If Daniel Day-Lewis is going to lose, it has to happen at the BAFTAs. And if it doesn't happen, then he's winning without any question. If he loses at the BAFTAs, he still could win, but at least he has a challenger. At least he has a little bit of competition, which he has not had this entire season, because obviously Daniel Day-Lewis won the Globe, so did Hugh Jackman, but they won for both drama and comedy, because that's how they split it up at the Globes. But anyway, I love Affleck. I'm the only person, if you look at my ICC ballots, I am the only person that nominates Affleck as an actor, or just a director. Obviously, the director is what I'm campaigning for, but I'm the only person that gave Affleck any love for being an actor. So I think he could possibly be something in this, and I'm going to go ahead and say that Daniel Day-Lewis is going to win again, because that's how it works, and Jackman could possibly upset. So it makes total sense for me being these three. I think your win, without any question, is Daniel Day-Lewis. I think your upset is Hugh Jackman. And I'd love to say your dark horse is Affleck, and it's weird that I've already said that he's out of the running, but I'm going to say that Joaquin Phoenix is my dark horse. I think it's possible, and if he wins, maybe he can justify where he cut in the Oscar race. No Denzel Washington here, obviously, because Flight must have not have been liked as much in the UK as it was here. Flight really wasn't liked, it was just the fact that they nominate the screenplay and they nominate Denzel, so that's fine and forgivable. Best Picture. Oh, dear God. Zero Dark 30, Life of Pi, Lincoln, Les Miserables, and Argo. Argo's my win. If I said otherwise, I'd be a hypocrite. Because I've been saying since day one, Affleck's got it in the bag. He's going to win everything he's nominated for. And that's what's going to happen. That's what's going to happen, folks. It's a foregone conclusion. Wait a minute. Hold on. Wait a tick. I don't see a director. Haha, I skipped over it. Holy crap. Anyway, I'll get to it in a minute. I guess Picture is not my last award. It's the one that's the most important to me, at least. So, Argo's my win, without any question. I would say that Lincoln is my upset here, but you know what? I don't think so this time. I'm not exactly sure, but I think that... God, it could go so many ways. Any of these movies could technically win. Argo's my win, without any question. My upset is Lincoln, and my dark horse, Life of Pi. I think they have pretty much neglected it long enough, and it could get some text at the BAFTAs, and it could propel it to a possible win for Best Film. But obviously I don't want that, because I want Argo to win. And speaking of Argo winning, Best Director, Catherine Bigelow, Ang Lee, Michael Haneke, Ben Affleck, and Quentin Tarantino. Your win is Affleck. All day long. Like I said, if I said otherwise, I'd be a hypocrite, because I've been saying since day one. Because the Oscars snubbed him, I think Affleck's going to win everything he's nominated for as a director. And so far, that has happened. He's taken Argo with it. Argo's won nearly everything it's nominated for since we've got to televised award shows. And all the guilds, which we've got the WGA... Wow, long day. The WGA left, so the Writers Guild is still not in. And I still think Chris Terrio is winning it, because Tony Kushner's his only competition. AJ did bring up a nice point. What about Mark Bull? I don't think so. Not going to happen. So, your win, Ben Affleck, Best Director at the BAFTAs. I think your upset in this case... God. I really want to say Tarantino so bad. And I gave it screenplay. Yeah, it makes sense. I think Quentin Tarantino is your surprise upset. I think Tarantino could possibly win. I think your dark horse in this case... Oh my God, I don't know how to do this. Bigelow's out, so... I want to say Ang Lee, but I can't. Oh my God, I gotta do this. Your dark horse is Michael Haneke. Yes. And he has a lot better shot at winning director at the Oscars than people give him credit for. A lot more than I would ever want to give him any credit for. Amore has a chance to win 3 BAFTAs. Has a chance to win 3 Oscars too. Has a chance to take home 3 BAFTAs. Hopefully it won't, but it could happen. So get prepared. Get the picket signs ready. Get ready to tar and feather Michael Haneke and like burn him at the stake. Whatever you want to do to protest. I mean, protest the Oscars for nominating him and not nominating Affleck or Tarantino or Bigelow or Hooper or anybody a lot more deserving that should have got in, especially Affleck. But I'm bitter about that. Sorry, most people are, especially Affleck supporters like myself. But that's the BAFTAs. And the BAFTAs, of course, equals fish and chips. So we get Long John Silver's Sunday, and it's going to be awesome. But, so this has gone 40 minutes of me talking about the BAFTAs. My Oscar video better be an hour long after this. So, I'm going to get off here. I'm going to watch Impact. Quick programming note. Tomorrow I will review TNA Impact for the video for Friday. Saturday, we have a plus and minus for Islands of Adventure. We're going to talk about what's going to happen with Middle-earth and Harry Potter and the new Jurassic Park section that's coming in, and what would happen if DC got the contracts instead of Marvel if we decide to take the Marvel contracts back. So that's on the docket for it. Sunday will probably be AJ's weekend movie reviews of Identity Thief and Side Effects, and probably one other movie. Probably Stand Up Guys, actually. I think Stand Up Guys will be the movie we go for the third one. And Monday we've got go back to normal and go back to work, go back to Raw, McDonald's. You know how we do. And once again, thank you for watching. And if you stuck around for 40 minutes, you really like these award shows just like we do. So thanks again. And I'm going to continue to upload more videos in the coming weeks. My Oscar video will be coming. It's not going to be for a while. I'm going to wait till the WGAs, because I know it's kind of cheating, but we'll wait till the WGAs is over and the BAFTA is over before I make my official Oscar predictions. Because that's a way to find out exactly who's going to win for sure and not look like an idiot with my predictions, thinking with my heart instead of my head. But I still think Argo is still going to win, but that's pretty much a foregone conclusion at this point. Unless it loses the BAFTA, and then you never know. We'll talk about it when we get there. But I'm going to get off here. I'm going to watch TNA Impact, and so I can review it tomorrow for you guys. And I'm going to, like I said, I'm going to get off here. Have me a little snack. Yeah, I know I've eaten a lot today, but I still want to eat some more. Watch Impact, and continue to upload videos, pictures coming on Pinterest in the next couple of days. More videos to be uploaded in the next couple of days. So, until tomorrow, that's all I got to say about that.